Here is an RCA Clock Radio alarm clock. It has different colors, and I'll get to that in a moment. I'll flip over here. Here's the information on it. You can see that it includes a USB connection, and it looks like the model is RCR8622. You can set two different alarms with it. It takes a couple of AAA batteries, I believe. No, those are AA, pardon me. That's to keep alive the time in that. And if you look in here, you can see that green and blue stripy thing. That is an insert for this. You can see that the clock comes out of it if I push it like that. Okay. And that insert can be turned to the green stripy kind, or you can have it solid blue, and I think there's dirt on the inside of this. This was the wife's alarm clock for some time. She liked it because it has a USB port for charging her shit. It has an antenna wire right over here. It has a line-in jack, which is what that is, and I have a line-in cable. We'll give that a test a little bit later. And the power supply is a standard barrel connector like that. And here is the information on the power supply. Very lightweight switch mode power supply. I don't even remember where we found this, but it may have been like a thrift store kind of thing. The little thing there is to feel it in the dark to know what button it is to shut the thing. It's just easier to find with a bump on it, so I put that there. And if we power it up, there we are. And the time is correct. The batteries kept it alive. It took a little while for it to boot up, which was kind of interesting. It's a backlit LCD. Not that great. It's very hard to see, at least for the camera, straight on. I think there's a dimmer function. There we go, at a brighter setting. And a dim setting. And a bright setting. Yay! So on the bright setting, it's actually quite readable. Again, the camera does not really see it straight on. I can read it no problem. It's just interesting. It has to be at the right angle. Looking at it straight on, it is, especially here. Once I get to that, I can't read it. So you kind of have to look at it sort of from the top down. It's not a quality thing, really. Here it is in complete darkness, and the camera just washes it out. It's perfectly readable. If I dim it again in the dark, the camera sees it a lot better, and it's still perfectly readable in real life, provided, again, you're above the level of it so you can read it. Like I said, she only wanted this thing because it had the USB port. I said, but I got a million adapters. I can just give you a cable. I want this. I want... Okay, fine. Well, you know what? It works. It's not any kind of quality. It's not great, but it works. We'll try the radio. I don't know what I'll pick up here in the basement. I guess you got to hold it. I don't know how to use this thing. That's strange. Alright, I believe the alarm is now set. So that should go off at 6:12. Yay! So it sort of ramps up the alarm like that, or you can have it wake to music. Interestingly, this starts at 0 megahertz. It's weird, and then you can hold the button and it'll keep going. It's picking up something. To turn the radio on, you just tap the radio button. Some more weird stuff. strangely enough, it's going in 0.2. You know, most things are 0.1, or rather an odd digit at the end. Let's see what happens when we get to 100. It may be in some sort of weird mode. Very strange. Because there is a 101.9, but it can't tune that. This thing was always very odd. I don't know what it's picking up. That doesn't sound like what would be on 101.9 if you figure it could tune a little bit of that. That was some odd mode I found. I don't know how I did that. Like I said, this thing is haunted. I just took the batteries out, disconnected power. So far the reception is fantabulous. A little better if I hold the antenna. I just stuck it in the ground at the outlet. I don't know if it's making any kind of connection or not, but we'll see.
More at noon. NOOM.
92.3 has stuff on it. Boy, this thing is just haunted and terrible. Like I said. I mean, I know I'm in the basement, but even so. We'll try 95.5. Okay, that comes in. Okay, Susan copyright. And we'll go to... So I guess the really strong stations it could pick up.
Safety swim, jump. Just give a random. They open the gym.
That's a pretty local station in New York City, but I guess in the basement it just can't, you know. Wow, this thing is pretty awful.
And a Wi-Fi signal that blankets my home.
Lower the volume down to nothing.
Roger and JP's corned beef and chaos.
Hey, this is Roger and JP.
Office.
Okay, Rose, let's keep it simple.
Of course, I don't listen to the radio anymore because there's nothing but fucking commercials.
WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony ticket.
I need the booch. About to turn this function in the final room. Told her hop in, you coming too in the 305.
If I hold the antenna, it works and doesn't. It's just awful.
Con las garantías imprescindibles.
There's never been a better time to try Sprint.
See, it's all commercials.
So visit it.
There's nothing on the damn radio anymore. Well, here's AM. I'm just going to try 880 and 1010 because I know there's stations here that it should be able to pick up. Whether or not it will in the basement, I don't know, but... Nope. And we'll try 1010. Wow, not even that? That's pretty sad. Okay, let's try the aux input now. So I have the phone hooked up. Apparently this lead must have gone bad because it just gives a terrible 60 hertz buzz. which is great because it was a nice long lead. It's perfect for my application that I was going to use this thing for. Speakers on each side. Wow, you know, I mean, really. But that's it, folks. That's full volume on that. And
I don't think I'll be needing you anymore. It's
full
just
volume on the phone.
I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, this original lead went bad somehow, which is a damn shame. Because I was actually going to use this for something, and what that something was has to do with this piece of wood. I was going to attach another piece of wood to it to make like a shelf and put the clock on there, so A, there will not only be a clock there, but also I could run the line down to when I'm working on computers here, so there would be some sound. But I don't even know if that's going to possibly even be a possibility anymore. You know, I mean, I would need to get a new lead, which sucks because I thought I could use what I had. But the big problem is you can't read the damn screen because it would be up here. And yeah, it's just not going to work. So I guess I'm not going to use it for its intended purpose. Like I said, this thing was haunted and terrible from the get-go. I don't know what the deal is with it. It's just so horrible all around. The user interface sucks. It's hard to understand and figure out what button to press and what to do next. The radio reception sucks. Can't fucking pick up any AM, at least down in the basement, but even so, I would think it would get something. Just awful all around. But it has a USB port. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And in case anybody even cares what the wife is using for an alarm clock now, as you see on the screen, she's been using that YoStyle alarm clock with the USB ports on the top. She never used the radio or the line in on this thing anyway.